Alright, today I'm going to talk about why content creation is so damn hard. And that includes me, and I saw so many people are starting the content creation and then quitting really fast because the idea of content creation is very sexy, because you are building an audience, you can have many benefits of it. But the downside is that, first of all, there's a lot of competition, which why they should watch you. So the first thing. And the second thing is that one of the most important ones is that you're being unauthentic. You're being a fake person, and people can sense it, and that's why they don't really watch it. And also, there's a third one, value. But I think the biggest one and the most important one is being authentic. People want to connect with other people on the internet, and content creation is a very powerful way to do it. It's actually insane how much influence and overall impact to another person can have. There is saying for a reason the Instagram influencers, because when you're thinking about like they are influencing your decisions to do something. So if you follow some people and they're influencing you in some way, it means that your actions is not always based on your decision. It's very important to realize that. It's also why for example, I follow only like 80 people in my Instagram. It's not because I'm trying to be egoistic or I don't care about anyone else. I'm just trying to limit my information just from the people I think are interesting to me or maybe I would like look up to. So yeah, so the topic is being authentic, and this is like especially important for me because it's very hard for me to also be authentic because the ego is always trying to create a scenarios why you shouldn't be authentic, because being authentic means being vulnerable. It means being sharing your stories, being real with other people, and for some people it can actually be scary because as they say, like this information can be used against you. Not always, not necessarily, but like it's hard. It's really hard. Like if you would try to create a content, let's say you would put a camera, you wouldn't post it anywhere, but you instantly put like some kind of persona, like this being really fake persona, really like not even sounding in your own voice. Like you're not using your own voice, you're using someone else's voice, you're using someone else mimics. You're just being as much distance as yourself as possible. And yeah, I just want to share that I struggle with that too, and I think this is like one of the reasons that it's very hard for me to grow. And in order to break the pattern, then I have to share with you that pattern and be vulnerable, because that's going to result in growth. You have to be fully acceptable of the version you currently are. The thing is that also why I'm struggling to be authentic, because I'm thinking like, what if I in 1 month I will change and I will cringe at my content like super hard again, because that's usually what happens. I really cringe at my content, even like looking 2 weeks ago. So I don't really post a lot of content because it's like thinking like, holy shit, like why did I like this? So it's good that you cringe because it means you're growing. If you didn't cringe at your content, you think it's that means you're not growing. But like at the pace I'm growing so fast right now, I'm thinking like maybe I'll just wait it out a little bit and then see like what's going to happen. But actually, it's not correct to do. It's always better to document, show, and do. And even right now, like I bought like some course that actually helped me a lot to find clarity. It was a very expensive course. Not very expensive, but expensive. It cost me like 3K just to get this clarity. So understanding what is personal brand, understand like how can you brand yourself, understand like what kind of position you want to stand, why, like how can give value, and just have like much better clarity what kind of steps you need to take to help not only yourself but other people. And yeah, it's super valuable and it really exposed my weaknesses. So that's what I'm going to work with. And yeah, I'm going to share more content about living in Boracay. As you can see, that's why I chose specifically this kind of view to show you every day what I wake up to. Really inspiring. You can see the sea also. So I'm like a nature kid. I really like the nature. I really like the peace. And yeah, I think it's great. So yeah, about personal branding and core offer. The thing is that in order to help some people, let's say I'm now studying about a lot about self-awareness, psychology, behaviors, and etc. I'm myself a creative director, so it's especially important for us to understand what people we're targeting, how we can communicate with them, and yeah, it's like very in depth, and you have to really understand like behaviors, psychology, emotions, and it really helps you. So because I'm like from e-commerce background, I'm doing like this 8 years right now, working with very interesting company, very good product, and yeah, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. But you know, the goal is still to create personal brand, personal brand to help other people, and to help other people, you have to know your offer, what you can offer. I am in between these two stages. One stage is where I did e-commerce most of my time, most of my life actually, and second stage is where I'm transitioning to deeper self-realization, self-awareness, and like I'm really growing and expanding, because I travel like so many countries, so I read so many books about let's say self-help, but it's not self-help, it's more self-awareness. And when my consciousness is growing, my understanding about the world, how it behaves, how it does in some way or another, then it really opens my eyes, and I'm thinking like, oh shit, I can help in so many ways. But then you are also thinking like, okay, so how can you prove that, you know? And also like, I'm not saying that I'm like this person who all got all figured out, right? It's far from it, and I'm still growing. So what I realized that I need to like, I can create a couple offers. So first offer, how to move to Asia or like live this life, which is I don't really relate to. Second offer would be to do something with e-commerce, creating a dropshipping store or like something like that, just doing something with e-commerce, which I don't relate also. And the third thing is like more about growth, self-realizations, more understanding about yourself, your behaviors. I relate it much more, but I'm too early to teach you anything about that because just too early, literally. So it means that I just have to document what I'm doing, see my own patterns, my own behaviors, and then basically understand how can I help others. Because you have to understand, like, I came from this guy who was very not confident, like I would say like bad in every way, like literally. Uh, I cannot name one good thing. Maybe one good thing is just like, no, it's also not a good thing because like I was good not because I wanted to be, but because of this fakeness. Just to have to like be a nice guy, like a nice guy syndrome, something like that. So just being really fake with myself and with others, and I think the fakeness is very broad. Fakeness is being not being yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. And the thing is that there are so many people that are not being themselves. They're living on other people programs, on other people wants and needs, and that's, I think it's very very bad, because if you're not living your true authentic self life, then you're living a fake life. And you may ask like, okay, so what's the point living in true authentic life? What's the meaning, right? But like, if I give you a fake money, would this money have any value to you? No, of course not. So what's the value in fake relationships and being fake with yourself? It's zero value. That's like you're living worthless life. That's, I think, like one of the hardest pills to swallow. And you know, like, the trick is that the mind trick is that it's going to convince you that you're living a authentic life, And then like there's coming another deeper reason, like if you think that you're living authentic life, then like what's wrong with it? What's wrong if you're living authentic life, if you're thinking that you're living authentic life? Because again, I want to like you to realize that our mind is very clever to make very interesting constructs, convince you and protect you in all possible ways that you're fine. Like that's the thing, is he's going to convince you that you're fine. You don't need to change, you don't need to learn, you don't need to improve in any way because you're perfect in this way. You don't need to seek truth. Like that's the most important thing. The truth. What is true and what is false? Is this relationship is true to me? Is this friend is true to me? Uh, is this location where I'm living is true to me? Is this job what I'm working on is true to me? Like these are very important questions that you have to ask yourself in life. Maybe even if you make, let's say, 20K a month, right? And you're thinking like, oh yeah, I'm the person who's like making good money, I'm doing great in life, and just overall thinking that you're just doing great. But in reality, you're thinking that you're feeling empty. You feel that everything is fake around you. You don't feel satisfied. You're thinking that you need something more to fulfill you, like more money, more girls, more cars, more houses, or something like that. Going to think that it's going to fulfill you. But in reality, it's fake. It's never going to fulfill you. That's like the ego construct that is trying to convince you that in order to be happy and fulfilled for you, you need something outside than yourself. Like that's the core narrative what's the ego is trying to say to you. But in reality, the person is already whole. He doesn't need other people, things, objects to be fulfilled and happy right now. And also like there's even more deeper than that, like if the person is, let's say, doesn't have something even to eat or living in very poor conditions, as like living in Philippines, I can see like people are really struggling. They don't really care about self-realizations because like they care only thing about surviving. And when you only think about survival, you never feel the deeper truth with life. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like I don't really have all the answers, but I know one thing: if you live with truth, authenticity, and alignment with yourself, you're going to live a much better life. And it's not always visible proof. It's more about the internal feeling, and to show internal feeling, it's incredibly hard. But that's what I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try bring an emotion, because we all only act in emotions. I'm going to evoke some emotion in your psyche, that you're going to feel something, that maybe this is true to you, and maybe you want to seek a deeper meaning and deeper truth in your life. So yeah, just like a video, basically my thought process, what I'm thinking, what I'm planning to do, what are my weaknesses. My weakness is not being authentic. I'm trying to be now as authentic as possible, as vulnerable as possible, and I'm going to do it more, make it more. Going to share what's actually living in Boracay, what's actually about spirituality, about inner work, inner truths, which I'm going to actually make the things that are going to be interesting to me. If, let's say, one day I'll find that self-awareness doesn't really interest me anymore, then I'll stop doing it. I'm not going to be that guy who's just making everything about one topic. But when you taste deeper truth, you cannot really stop it. Like, it's very addicting. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.